Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in.
Today's topic is released from jail but back in prison in society. The prison is the prison to poverty and back to prison pipeline. A lot of young men who make innocent young mistakes coming up, because we all make mistakes. We all did something wrong.
Yeah.
It's just who got caught doing it. You know, we were just one mistake from being that other person. But when they get back into society, they don't have a lick of chance to even being successful again. Or they feel that way.
But here's the thing. Let me tell you something. A lot of these guys that are incarcerated are there because they need to be incarcerated. A lot of these guys that are released go right back because you know what? And they tell me this. Preacher man, when I get out, I'm going to get me a 47 and I'm going to take what I want. And you know what I told him? I say, I can't stop you. See, we limit ourselves. And that's the problem that we have as a people. We tend to limit ourselves because we look no further than the arm can reach. We have to look beyond that. We have to look beyond that, and we have to change from within.
That's right.
We have to change within ourselves.
Is that we need to start holding ourselves accountable.
Absolutely.
We need to start putting these parents accountable. And it's kind of hard because these kids are raising kids and they still want to live. But we need to bring accountability on ourselves. And when that accountability comes within ourselves, then the strength happens. I think the Black Panther movement, Malcolm X, they put accountability on their own people to carry themselves a certain way. So then you birthed out something different, something such a more greater. We don't have no respect of anything.
Hope.
We gave them hope because we gave them a mind to think.
That's why I said we got to
It's
give
called
something to respect.
education.
Education is the
Yes.
key.
The major issue that these offenders have, anybody who's gone through the system, at some point they've had a problem with the word discipline.
That's
You
what
got
I'm
to make it, you have to have discipline. You got to be able to stay focused. You know how many times those guys, they do get their little job, but it ain't enough. But it ain't enough for them to be in Coco's or King of Diamonds, wasting their money and enjoying the life how they used to.
Can I ask you a question?
That takes a discipline to stop
Can I ask you a question?
and be modest to
Can I ask
yourself.
you-
You gotta change your thinking, because if you are a drug dealer, if you're doing the same thing that Winn-Dixie is doing, you're buying at a cheaper rate, you're breaking it down, you're selling it to make a profit. You got to change your thinking. So rather than to buy the crack cocaine and break it down and make a profit, get a store. You understand? It's about changing your thinking. It's your perspective. It's the mindset of people that got to change. And if your mindset don't change, man, we going around in circles. People always say, well, I want a 360 change. I don't want a 360 change. I want a 180. Because if I go 360, I'm going to turn right back into the mess that I was in.
One thing we don't do, especially in the criminal justice system, social services, and everywhere that we as Black people need help, we don't go and infiltrate the system and become a part of it to help our own people. If none of us went to school in the field that we went, and did what we had to do, we would have nobody talking to our damn kids. We would have nobody talking to our brothers and our cousins and all these different things. So if that's another notion, oh, I'm not going to be a part of that, I'm not going to do this, that's ignorant, that's stupid. Because if it's no one like you in the system, how the hell you going to help?
Right.
How are you going to provoke change?
From this day forth, we need to start changing things from the top down.
Right.
And that's why I have become politically inclined, because changes do need to be made. It's an instilled fear that's institutionalized across the board. If we do anything, we're going to get punished for it. If we pull up our pants, then our hair is messed up. If our hair is not okay and our pants are up, then we're walking wrong. It doesn't matter what happens in the Black community. It's never valued.
We have lost more blacks through black-on-black crime that was hung in the 20s to the 50s.
You know what we doing?
I think every individual here is passionate about improving our community. I think the biggest thing is how do we see eye to eye and move forward like a caterpillar, or how ants pick up a caterpillar and move them to their nest. We have to be together when we do this fight, and we see things different, but we want the same result. But I think the biggest thing is that we cannot think in emotion when we react to a systematic system that's been thought out.
Now I made it my personal goal to never, and I made this vow with God. God, I will never look down on an individual
Right.
unless I'm giving him a hand up to where I am.
Yeah.
But now you got to want it.
On that statistic,
Most of them are miraculously smart
Yeah.
businessmen. They're just not focused and they're disciplined. And what I tell them every time they come in their intake, I do this all the time. Learn to discipline yourself before the system does. The biggest things that we're teaching our youth is that for some odd reason we're lining up against the police now. Why?
I think the police have gotten smarter. They're looking for every way.
But it's not
Law?
working. It's not working.
Oh, it's working
No.
because we have gotten to the point where we're intimidated.
I'm sorry.
The thing is, just because you have one bad contact with the officer, all of them are not the same.
Right.
So you now, when you come in contact with an officer, whether you like what's going on or not, then present yourself in the manner that,
let me tell you what.
you can be respected. And I tell people all the time, everywhere you go in life, somebody gonna tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you drive down the street, the
I
red light
hate
gonna
when kids
tell
say, ain't nobody gonna tell
right.
me what
The red light gonna tell you when to stop.
A-I-N-T. Ain't nobody gonna.
That car gonna tell you when it need gas. Everywhere when you get arrested, I'm gonna tell you put your hand up, put your hand on your back. When you get into that institution, they gonna tell you when to shower, when to eat, when to come downstairs, when to get up, when to make up your bed. Somebody gonna always tell you what to do. And even if you have your own business,
It's true.
Uncle Sam gonna tell you when to pay taxes.
That's what
You
I'm
got
saying.
to make it. You have to have discipline. You got to be able to stay focused. You know how many times those guys they do get their little job, but it ain't enough. But it ain't enough for them to be in Coco's or King of Diamonds, wasting their money and enjoying the life how they used to.
Can I ask you a question?
That takes a discipline
Yeah.
to stop
Can I ask you a question?
and be modest to
Can I ask
yourself.
you a question?
Please, if I could tell you anything, you can make the best out of your situation. If you can use it to motivation or you can use it to bring you down.
Welcome to my